What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Taurus Sun Sign friends. If you're born between the dates of April 20th and May 20th, then you are a Taurus Sun Sign, and this video is for you. Before we get into the video, I just want to say that I have a website, finally. It's lightofriga.com, and it's going to be the place for you to book a personal reading with me, to look at some crystals, learn more about me, and also get some daily guidance. I do a free daily reading every day on the homepage, so go check out lightofriga.com. I'd appreciate it. All right, now that that's out of the way, all right, Taurus friends, what we're going to do today is a month ahead reading for the month of March. This spread is designed to give you all the information you need to make March the best month possible. We're going to be using the Robin Wood Tarot and the Untamed Truth Oracle. The Robin Wood has been trimmed and edged, so it is ready to go. I've already shuffled it, so if you would just give me a moment to center myself and cut the deck. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to ask the Untamed Truth Oracle what message it has for Taurus Sun Signs this March. What message for Taurus Sun Signs this March? And we'll leave that till the end. Take a look at it at a later time. Alright, let's get into this, Taurus friends. Let's see what we got here. I see two major arcana. I see a mixture of cups and sword. You got all the suits here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through these cards as a whole. No, first we're going to go through these cards individually, then see what they have to say as a whole. So first we're going to check out this Strength card. This card represents the energies of the month of February, last month. And the Strength card, Before I go any further, I just like to state that this is a general reading for a large group of people. You know, Taurans represent 1/12 of the population. So take what works for you, leave the rest. Try to figure out what they mean for you, based on what I say and the images and the pictures. So we've got the Strength card, and I'm getting the sense here that February was a time for a lot of you to just grow stronger, to have more self-confidence, to accomplish smaller goals that help to build your self-esteem and build your confidence. So very positive energy coming from February for Taurus friends, and I think this is I'm getting the feeling that this was a chance for you to prove yourself in a lot of ways, and I think a lot of you rose to the occasion and you demonstrated your abilities, and not only did that endear you to others, but it also gave you the self-confidence that you need to know that you are more powerful than you think. It's kind of the feeling I'm getting from February. So very positive vibes coming from over here. Very good. Looks like you guys had a great February. Let's see if you keep it rolling. This card here represents the energies of right now. And we've got the Four of Cups. So I think what this card is saying is that I think a lot of you are feeling a little bit emotional right now. More emotional than usual. But I'm not getting the feeling of positive emotion. I'm getting the feeling of kind of focusing your emotions or your attention on negative emotions. On maybe not necessarily negative, that's a thing to put. On kind of depressing, not happy things. Okay, I don't know. I can't speak today, but what I'm trying to say is, you're kind of focused on doom and gloom a little bit when there's so much positivity around you. And I don't know what caused this. It's going to be different for all of you, obviously. But yeah, there's something that's caused you to kind of skew your perspective towards negativity. And you're just kind of only seeing the downsides and not the upsides. Everything in this universe has a equal positive and equal negative side to it. And, it just depends on what we choose to see. But I think that right now, you guys, a lot of you are choosing to see the negative. You're choosing to dwell on negative emotions. And maybe some of that juice, some of that energy, some of that momentum that you built up in February is sort of waning at this time, is the feeling I'm getting, just because of this focus on the negative side of things. So let's go over here. This card represents the energies of next month, so the energies of March. And we've got the Nine of Wands. And I think March is going to be a time for you to take a break a little bit. I think things are going to be a little bit too hectic, and it's going to cause you to kind of back off a little bit. And, this could be a result of that negative polarity focus that I sensed going on right now in the end of February. But as a result, March seems like it's going to be time for you to put up some walls. It's going to be time for you to take a break. It's going to be a time for you to just say, "Oh, I'm kind of done with all the the fast-paced things going on in my life. I just need to back off a little bit." And you might see yourself spending more time alone as a result in March, maybe less time with friends, and just trying to regain your energies. The feeling I'm getting is that things have been so hectic and so crazy for a lot of you that you just need a kind of a break. You need to extricate yourself a little bit. So that's what I do see March being sort of as a month for that. Okay, let's go to this card. This card represents what to hold on to in the month of March for Taurus Sun Signs, and we've got the Three of Cups. Oh, okay. I think this card is saying to spend time with the people you love. Spend time with your friends, your family. Yeah, maybe you're feeling a little bit run down in March. Maybe you're feeling like you need a break and maybe need some time alone. But this card is suggesting that, if you do spend a lot of time alone, you may have the tendency to go to a darker place than you should be going to. And I think friends are going to keep you out of that. Or, whoever you like to spend time with. They're going to help you to stay positive. They're going to help you to stay social, help you to stay upbeat. And I think that's what you're going to need in the month of March, because it does feel as though March is going to be a time for maybe a little bit of sulking, possibly. Maybe a little bit of just not feeling your 100%. And so I think that your friends are going to uplift you. Your friends are going to help keep you positive. And I think you should spend time with them if you can in the month of March, just to keep your vibrations high so you don't sink into some self-defeating loathing or whatever it is. It's going to be different for everyone. So that's what to hold on to in the month of March. This card represents your biggest obstacles or challenges you're likely to face in the month of March. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Moving forward, I think is going to be an issue for a lot of you. I think a lot of you are going to just slow down. And March seems like a slow month, where things just slow down a little bit. It's your own doing. I think you need it. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. But I do feel as though maybe you're going to go too slow. Maybe you're going to kind of get off the path of, whatever goal that you're trying to get. It's like the tortoise and the hare. I always use this analogy, but it's like the tortoise and the hare. Maybe you've been going so strong for a while that it's time for you to just stop and take a break. And while you're doing that, the tortoise is going to pass you. So I think the biggest obstacle here is not just completely shutting down. I think what you need to do is still continue to move forward, continue to do things that are in alignment with achieving your goals, without letting your negative emotions or feelings affect that, and just keep moving forward, and don't take the whole month off. You know what I mean? Keep going, and I think that's going to be your obstacle is getting over that. This card here represents what to let go of in the month of March. We've got the King of Swords. I think you need to let go of the ego a little bit. The ego is not your amigo. No, the ego is your amigo, but only if you can control him. And the feeling I'm getting here is that, when we start to delve into negative emotions, when we start to just really allow them to affect us, our negative emotions, then they can affect our thoughts and our ego mind. And as a result, our ego thoughts turn negative as well. And when our ego thoughts turn negative and our emotions turn negative, then we're going to start manifesting negative things in our life. So I think what this card is saying is to get out of the ego as much as possible this month. Make sure your ego is working for you. Maybe make sure that you're not saying self-defeating things. Make sure you're not envisioning futures that you don't want. Make sure that you're speaking truth and not hurting yourself with the words you say. So I think all those things are going to be important in the month of March, as you have the option possibly to kind of wallow in negativity. I think your ego mind is going to be the forefront of that. It's going to be the maker or breaker. If your ego is positive, I think you'll get out of this month just fine. But if your ego is negative, I think it's going to compound the problems and make March kind of a harder month than it should be. Make sense? Control that ego, you'll be just fine. This card here represents the energy of the people around you in the month of March. There's going to be all sorts of people in your life, all with different types of energies, but this card kind of represents the energy as a whole of the people in your life. And we've got the Magician. Yeah, I think positivity. I think the people in your life are going to be here to help you this month. I think they're going to help you to create. I think they're going to help you to get out of your funk and stay positive. You know, we want to be creating from a place of positivity, and we're always creating. So whenever we feel down, whenever we're thinking negative thoughts, we're creating negativity. And I think what's going to happen this month is that your friends, your family, your coworkers, your loved ones, they're going to be there for you to lean on, and they're going to help you to raise your vibration so that you are creating from a more pure, authentic place, so that you're not creating negativity. So definitely spending time with friends and family, it's going to behoove you. It's going to be good for you this month, is the feeling I'm getting. All right, this last card that's upside down represents the biggest lesson you're likely to learn in the month of March. In the month of March. And we've got the World card. I think the biggest lesson that you have to learn is that things go in cycles. And a lot of the time we don't have any control over the cycles. Things come, things occur, things go. And a lot of times we don't have any control over when they come or when they go or how they go. So it's best to just be more free-flowing, more relaxed. Allow what wants to come. And I think that's going to be an important lesson for you in March. It's just to allow what is. And realize that, if something's ending, that's not necessarily a bad thing. If something new is starting, that's not necessarily a bad thing either. It's just what's happening and it's what's going on. It's better not to fight it. It's better to go with it and then just allow these cycles to flow out and to flow through you. And then, when there's less resistance to the way things are, you're going to have less stress. You're going to have less anxiety. You're going to have less negative thoughts or emotions. You're just going to be going with the flow. And that's going to be putting you in a place of positivity so that you can be a lot happier that way. Okay, now that we've seen these cards as a whole, I get the feeling that February was a great month, but as we move towards March, I think there's going to be a loss of energy. I think there's going to be a focus on the negative, and I think it's going to make it so that March is going to be a teeter-totter type month. You can either go way up high or way down low, and it's going to depend on you and the way you approach the things going on in your life in March. Use your friends and family, use the loved ones in your life to help you to raise your vibration, to get you uplifted, and not, so you're not sitting alone in a dark room dwelling on the negative aspects of life, right? So spend some time with friends and family this month. I think your biggest obstacle is going to be getting over the tendency to just take it a little bit too easy and just kind of just not move as much, both physically and metaphorically. Right? You know what I mean? But make sure your ego's working with you and not against you. Your ego has a capability of creating such amazing things, but also of creating things that are detrimental. So it's going to be up to you how you control your ego. That's going to dictate how the month is going to go. It's the feeling I'm getting. That's going to be the pivotal point about this month, is your ego and how you're approaching what's happening in March. The people in your life are going to be very positive vibes is what I'm getting from the people in your life. So use them to help you. Okay, let them help you. That's what I really need to say there, so that they're uplifting you and they're helping you to create and stay creative and be in a positive place. And the biggest lesson, like I said, is to just go with the flow. Things happen, things don't happen, whatever. It's no big deal. It'll all be okay in the end, trust me. Okay, it's all okay now, and it'll be okay in the end. I think that's going to be the biggest lesson for you guys in the month of March. So before we go, we asked the Untamed Truth Oracle what message it had for Taurus Sun Signs this March, and we've got fear. That seems to be the factor here. I think maybe fear is going to be the thing that's kind of a catalyst for this change that's occurring, and that's the ego. Fear is just the ego creating things that aren't there. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear stands for. And so don't buy into it. Realize that fear is a construct of your imagination this month and every month. But in this month, remember that fear is a construct of your imagination. It's a product of the ego. And you have complete and utter control over your ego if you want to. And so you can control what you're fearful about. And ideally, you don't want to be fearful about anything because the future hasn't occurred. If you're legitimately fearful about something in the future, then the only way you can control that is by making impact on the present moment. Right? If you're worried about losing your job, The only thing you can do to save your job is doing better now. And it's the same for everything. So fear is false. Fear is projecting something into the future. And if you really want to avoid whatever you're fearful about, then you have to focus on the present. Stop focusing on the future. Alright, Taurus friends, that's the reading for March. I hope you guys got something out of that. Remember, this is a general overall reading. Not everything applies to everybody. So take what works for you. Leave the rest. But if you want a personal reading where I tap into your energies, head on over to lightofriga.com and you can peruse the different readings I have over there that we can use to work together to get to the bottom of any issue that you might have. So I'd appreciate it if you go check that out. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It lets me know you got something out of it, so I'd appreciate that a lot. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to say about this reading, put those in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And if you really enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all my monthly and weekly readings. You don't want to miss out on those. Trust me on that. Alright, Taurus friends, I wish you a great month. Remember, March may bring some challenges with it, but you have complete control over it. And however you respond to that is how the way things are going to go. Alright, so I wish you a lot of love and light, Taurus friends. Have a great March. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.